India forced China to withdraw from Doklam because of BRICS summit in Beijing. China aborted its attempt to create a permanent BRICS Plus features and invite other countries to join following resistance from other members of five-nation grouping including India, who apprehend the dilution of BRICS goal if other countries including Beijing's close allies are brought in. The next BRICS summit scheduled for today and tomorrow in the Chinese city of Xiamen will be attended by the Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi and the leaders of host China and members nations Russia, Brazil and South Africa. Speaking at a press conference in Beijing on Wednesday, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi indicated that Beijing has not been able to convince other members about its BRICS Plus plans. We need to have some further explanation about BRICS Plus to help people better understand the rationale of this idea. At the same time, Wang defended Beijing's move to expand BRICS' role and influence by inviting other countries and make it more capable of creating multipolar world instead of one dominated Western countries. China has invited 5 non-BRIC countries to attend the Xiamen summit, but this will be a temporary arrangement limited to the summit. It's a privilege of a host country. India, which held summit in Goa last year, had invited several neighboring countries, said Wang Yi. Pakistan, regarded as China's closest ally, is not among the 5 countries Beijing invited. These are Thailand, Egypt, Tajikistan, Mexico and Guinea, representing 5 different continents that play a key role in China's One Belt One Road program that involves construction of transport networks across dozens of countries. China has been campaigning for a creation of permanent BRICS Plus arrangement to enable non-BRIC countries to play an active role, source said. The BRICS has started off with 4 members and Beijing was instrumental in bringing in South Africa at a larger stage. Critics say China wants to expand the BRICS mechanism as means to garner the wider influence for itself. It's in the interest of all sides to strengthen the cooperation among emerging markets and developing countries to BRICS. Therefore, China has proposed the BRICS Plus concept based on the past experience, Wang said. Prime Minister of India Mr. Narendra Modi announced decision to attend the meeting after 2 countries agreed to end the border standoff at Doklam near Sikkim, but the tension between the 2 Himalayan neighbors has not evaporated. There are indications Beijing agreed to settle the dispute because it feared the disruption of a conference if Narendra Modi decided to stay away. What's important is that we put these problems in appropriate place and appropriately handle and can control them in the spirit of mutual respect and based on the consensus of both countries' leaders, said Wang. There's a huge potential for cooperation between China and India. Wang also said China stands ready to work with other BRIC countries to make BRIC cooperations bigger, stronger and more solid to benefit not only with the 5 BRIC countries but also the whole world. As China has invited Egypt, Guinea, Tajikistan, Mexico and Thailand as guest countries for upcoming BRICS summit, but clarified that the invitation is not an attempt to expand the group under its BRICS Plus approach. China will host a BRICS summit in Xiamen, a city from September 3 to 4, in which the leaders of 5 countries will participate, including Prime Minister of India Mr. Narendra Modi. We need to have some further explanation about the BRICS Plus to help people better understand the relation of this idea, the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi said here while addressing the media about BRICS summit. Wang has been floating the BRICS Plus approach from March this year, sparking speculation that Beijing is moving in the expansion of emerging economic bloc. Explaining the BRICS Plus approach, Wang said the member countries have been inviting different countries during the annual summit of the group and referred to India's decision to invite leaders of BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multisectoral Technical and Economic, for the last year's Goa summit, in which Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Bhutan and Nepal other members were invited. Referring to the Goa summit, Wang said Chinese President Mr. Xi Jinping also attended the dialogue with BIMSTEC leaders and supported the initiative of Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India. The dialogue was very effective, he said, replying to a question seeking explanation about China's BRICS Plus concept, whether it has support of all members as the group takes decision on cancers. Wang also referred to Russia, Brazil and South Africa inviting their neighbors countries when they hosted the BRICS summit. And he said, so actually this has been a practice that we have for a number of years, and this time, inspired by experience of previous BRICS leaders meeting, we have invited some countries for dialogue, he said, referring to the invitation of the 5 countries. Our practice is a little bit different. We are not just inviting countries in our neighborhood, but also countries from all around the world that are interested in BRICS mechanism. Although 5 countries have been invited, he said. I want to stress that this is an arrangement for this year. Doesn't mean that these 5 countries will always be invited to BRICS meeting in future. China's invitation to the 5 countries has been supported by the leaders of 4 countries, including India, Wang said. We have given a name to this practice of inviting non-BRIC countries, that is the BRICS Plus. But as how many countries that are going to invited as plus countries is not fixed to a number. The guest countries will decide by the host countries, he said, adding that the BRICS Plus acts with the aim and purpose of dialogue which is consistent. We want to broaden the discussions to non-BRIC countries as well. I am confident that the dialogue this year will also be success and also help expand BRICS influence. This is not only consistent with the interest of BRICS members, but also meets the common aspiration of emerging markets and developing countries. Wang also said he also sought to allay a concern that only India and China have been registering faster growth in BRICS bloc, while the economies of Russia, Brazil and South Africa remain sluggish. The 5 BRIC countries have maintained economic growth to different degrees. You mentioned that China and India are growing relatively faster than the rest 3 countries. They actually have recovered growth and enjoy a bright prospect, Wang said. And also he said, the recovery is not so easy achievement as the world economic recovery is sluggish. The impact of international financial crisis is still lingering. The 5 BRIC countries enjoys bright prospects of development, he said. So what do you think of the BRICS summit happening today and tomorrow in Chinese city Xiamen? Whether the Doklam issue will be under the talk between the 5 countries or it will be growing from 5 to 10 countries in near future. What do you think of China's new BRICS Plus plan? Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.